Hello, I'm Ryan Hess. I haven't made a video about myself in a long time. I usually do the podcast. I do Preach Podcasts. Maybe you know that. Do it with my friends Chiro and Eric. So my friend Jimmy just did this video about his gaming origins, and I thought that'd be really cool to kind of get people to know me better. Be like, hey, how did I get into gaming? Because he, kind of was like, how did you get into it to his audience? And I was like, oh, I could do that as a response and do my own video instead of just commenting, which, he probably would have been cool with too. But hey, he inspired me to do this video, so I'm giving it a shot. Let's see. Well, so when I was a kid, like real young, I'm talking like 3 years old, I was watched by my grandma a lot. My mom, single mom, out doing the work, doing what needs to be done to raise a kid. I got shipped to my grandma's house and I would play games. And, the thing is really weird. Like, I don't know what my first game was. It's really hard to tell. So my aunt, she had left for college around this time. I guess she was in college. I don't know, up in, out of town. And she left her NES behind. She had an old Nintendo Entertainment System from 1989, whenever that came out. No, much earlier than that, right? I don't know. Anyway, so Nintendo, the point is NES is at the house, and she has the cartridge you've probably seen. It's like Duck Hunt / Mario Brothers, or it's, no, that's the one. It's that, and then I think like Excite Bike. And she also had like this old ass laptop. My grandma had this, not a laptop, a desktop computer. And it had, what did it have on it? Like, old MS-DOS games like that. The game with the guy snowboarding and you get eaten by the Yeti. I forget what that, Ski Freak. No one knows what that's called. Doesn't matter. The other game I had was called Chips Challenge. That's an awesome game that I've never met anybody that's played it, but maybe it's just because people that played that are old. Yeah, most people are my age kind of started with Super Nintendo. I don't know. It was cool for what it was, and it was different from all the other games I was playing. So that's just what I did. I would hang out at my grandma's house, be alone. I was 3 years old or whatever. It's like my earliest memories. Like, I can't remember doing anything else but playing video games. Like, that's my earliest memory. I love it so much. So when I got a little older, like 4 years old, maybe 5-ish, I would go and visit my dad's family in Iowa. And that was like my first time flying anywhere. And my grandpa has a Super Nintendo, which was like, whoa. Because like Super Nintendo was already out by the time I was 4 years old, but like I had never seen it. Like, I'd only experienced what my grandma on my mom's side had. And to go and see Super Nintendo, and like my grandpa would play with me too. Like, that was the cool. Like, my grandma was just like, oh hey, like fucking play computer games. I don't know what this is. I was born in like the 50s, which grandparents. Yeah, me and my grandpa would play Super Nintendo together. And like the big one, obviously, Super Mario World, like my favorite game of all time. That game is also just flawed. Like, people like Super Mario Bros. 3, and like that's a good game. Like, I'm not gonna, don't get me wrong, but like getting Yoshi, getting the cape, Mario World, oh, it's perfect. I love it so much. I'll play that game like once a year. I'll just go and get like all like 96 exits or whatever it is. I should know, but I'd probably 96. Go through, like, do the specials, whatever. So in terms of having my own game thing, though, like, I didn't really have anything till I started school, probably like 6 years old or whatever. Whenever you start school, I don't even know anymore. Kindergarten, I had a Game Boy. Or not. I didn't have the original Game Boy, like the fat one, that like the one that survives like fucking nuclear holocaust or whatever. I had the I don't want to say it was Game Boy Color. I had like a Game Boy Pocket, maybe. Does that sound right? I had Game Boy Pocket. I'm gonna assume it was silver. It was small. It didn't have color. I'm pretty sure. I played like Super Mario Land on it with the coins. Not the no, that's the Wario one. Anyway, I had this Game Boy Pocket, and I would take it to school and play things. And like, eventually, Pokemon came out when I was, I guess, again, like 6, 7, something like that. And it was the shit. Like, everyone had Pokemon. It was crazy. Kind of like how Pokemon Go blew up last year, except for like schoolyard status. And then the first one I had for myself, and I don't remember when I got it, and that's horrible. I don't know. I'm spoiled as shit. My mom is great. The first gaming system I had for myself was Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64 was like, here's the thing that I have at my house that people could come over and play, and I have other controllers, the people to play with me. Like, Super Smash Brothers came out on Nintendo 64, and like that was the jam. Like, everyone came over and we were all playing that. It was just like the thing we did. There's like also like the revolution of it being like, holy shit, 3D game, like fucking Mario and like Zelda, like Ocarina of Time. Are you kidding me? Like, whoa, you have like a whole world in front of you. This is crazy. So that was the big thing for me, Nintendo 64. I had a friend around that same time that had PlayStation, and I remember thinking when I was a kid, I was just like, man, this PlayStation thing plays like discs. Like, that's really weird. Like, that's fucking not gonna catch on. Like, are you kidding me? Discs? Like, look how easy this shit scratches up. I have cartridges, you fucking has that satisfying chunk that you know what I mean, goes into the thing. It's awesome. He had some cool games on that. He had like some bullshit hockey game that I didn't really care for, but he had like Tomba, however you say that. I'm really bad at pronouncing things. That game was awesome, and that's a platformer again. Like, that's my thing. But I just never really got into it. I don't know. Like, and I've gone back and played other, like I went back and played Metal Gear Solid, and like that's of course awesome. Symphony of the Night, Castlevania, fucking excellent. Like one of my favorite games. But I just, at the time, didn't. I was like, fucking, I got Mario at home. Like, what do I need this shit for? Going back to other things too, like Sega. Like, I fucking never played Sega. Like Sonic's trash. I'm not even gonna get into that. What else? So yeah, it must have been around like middle school, I want to say, when I got a GameCube. And I remember I had a friend that had a GameCube before me, and I was like, oh man, this is like Super Smash Bros. Melee. Are you kidding me? Like this is incredible. And like, you know, eventually everything else came to that. Wind Waker, my favorite Zelda, Mario Sunshine, Smash Bros. Again is the big thing. Like you bring over people and you play Melee. It's crazy. Like everyone gets into it. It's a good. Like I was playing that game until like maybe 3-4, whenever the Wii U one came out or whatever. Like we'd still like. I mean, we'd hook it up on like a Wii or whatever, but. Like, that was the thing to have, man. And, like, I had a PlayStation 2 at one point because it was, like, a cheap DVD player, and, like, that was what you watched videos on back then. But it wasn't, like, super great. I remember in high school the 360 was coming out, and I never got into Xbox, really. That wasn't really a thing for me for Xbox. Like I had a friend that had Blink's, like, Time Cat or whatever the fuck that thing's called, and, like, that just... No. But anyway, eventually 360 was coming out. 360 was out. Halo 3 was coming. And I had made friends in high school that were like, "You'd never played a Halo before?" I'm like, "Nah, like, what's the big deal?" Like, I was doing like my 5th playthrough of like Wind Waker or something. I don't know. Anyway, my friend goes, "Hey, you should come over and we'll play Halo. Like, we'll go through, like, we'll marathon Halo or whatever." And I remember there was like a weekend where we did co-op, like local, you know, split screen co-op or whatever, Halo 1 and Halo 2, and like just back to back, like leading up to Halo 3 coming out. And like Halo 3 was like, it was like this huge deal. Like we got out of school like 2:30 or whatever, and we got in line right then. We waited like whatever, 10 hours or something, whatever it was. Like, it finally came out, and it was just like we played it till like 6 in the morning and got through it on Legendary. I mean, me and that same friend, and it's such an incredible, it was such a, like, there's like so many cool experiences like that. Like, again, like the thing with Smash Bros. Or whatever, like video games are excellent with friends. All the friends I have are because of video games. Like, that's our common interest, and it's fucking incredible. I got a PS3 like right when the Slim came out, and like Uncharted 2 was out, or somewhere near there. Like PlayStation 3 was like $600, whatever, and like all of a sudden it drops down, and I'm like, there it is, I'm getting it. And I got like Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 and like Uncharted 1, and that was just like, again, that was another thing where it was like 64 all over again. I was like, wow, these games look great. That's when I realized like PlayStation has all these cool exclusives, and I'm like, wow, I've been missing out so much. But fortunately, like towards the end of PS3, they did this thing where like they just remastered everything. Like, I played God of War 1 and 2 and Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, Sly Cooper Collection and Prince of Persia, all that stuff just like got remastered. I was like, oh cool, I can play these now. And now we're in PlayStation 4, and I play on mostly everything. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at now. Is just, you know, playing. I try to play everything. Like, video games are just my thing, you know. I mean, it's a hobby, you know. It's not my life, but I love talking about it. I love the industry and everything, you know, from little tiny indie games to just like the huge blockbuster games. I try to, like, I've been kind of slacking lately and I haven't made any videos, but hopefully people like this. Maybe, I don't know, let me know. Like it, I don't know, subscribe. I'm not really into the whole YouTube thing yet. We'll see how that works. Maybe this will be me getting back into it, who knows. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and bye.